Welcome to the Ever Better Talk Show with your talk show host, Wanda J. Prowell, bringing you issues of the heart for the young and wise. Today, we will continue our Valentine's series with this week's focus being Me Valentine, Me Valentine. Why self-love? Yes, why? What is the importance? What's the essence of us having self-love? I am referring, my friend, to the older teens. Yes, the age 15 through 18-year-olds. Yes, the 15 through 18-year-olds. They are also known as the young adults. The about to be legal and maybe already experiencing some real life adult challenges, even as a minor child. Regardless of culture, socio-economical backgrounds, or race, all 15 through 18-year-old students are eager to successfully find their place in society. Well, some of our teens or young adults are in foster care. Yes. Even as I speak, some are in orphans, independent living, blended families, and could also be living in homes with deceased or divorced parents. Our pondering question today, my friend, is, why is Me Valentine such a necessary statement for both male and female adolescents? Parents, have you considered that? What may be the present and future impact of your teens feeling self-love? While others are joining us today on today's show, please go on and check the share buttons and tag at least 5 of your friends. I promise you, my friend, all parents and grandparents of teens needs to be in on this show today. Yes, go on and tag 5 friends while others are coming on. Don't forget to subscribe to my Wanda Prowell YouTube channel and visit my upgraded website at www.resolved-2010.com. Yes, www.resolved-2010.com to review all of my services and social media contact. Now go on, tag 5 friends so they can join us on today's show. Let's continue, my friends. Our concept this week is Me Valentine. Why self-love? Why is it important that you discuss this with your teens, especially during this Valentine holiday? The importance of self-love. They must learn to give themselves a reason to smile. Yes, I think us adults, we can join in on that too. You cannot wait for someone else to make you happy, and that's a good thing when that health relationship arrives. In the meanwhile, we must learn to give ourselves a reason to smile. Well, Rupi Chaos, he said that how you love yourself is how you teach others to love you. I believe that. Allow me to share one of my foundational, because it's Valentine, I'm going to share one of my foundational scripture chocolates with you today. Yes, scripture chocolate in Luke 10th chapter 27th verse. It reads like this: Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy strength, and with all thy mind, and thy neighbors as thyself. Are you following me? Heart and love. Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy strength, and with all thy mind, and thy neighbor as thyself. And you know, it's very difficult, almost impossible, to love someone else if we don't love ourselves. Well, parents, we understand the pros and cons of technology today for teens and young adults. They must be responsible and mature enough to realize that technology is a choice with rewards and consequences. Individuals can use technology to their advantage for their personal knowledge, skills, academics, and careers, or you can use it to investigate unproductive activities and resources. Allow me, my friend, to share with you seven terms for this Valentine holiday celebration. I like to refer to them as my 7 chocolate drops. Yes, my 7 chocolate drops for me, Valentine. Well, the first chocolate drop is the term self-love or self-care. These are my 7 chocolate drops Valentine terms. Self-love. Oh, you know that already. It's the most important, healthy form of love, where one recognizes their self-worth and do not ignore your personal need. You set boundaries and learn to say no, to meditate, and to have positive affirmation. But you know, for our new parents, let me go back in and refresh, because I want our new viewers to realize that the Ever Better Talk Show, especially this particular series, is not one who is instructing parents. Or this show is designed to bridge the communication gap, to open lines of communication for parents to develop discussion with their teenagers and with their children. So all the information that you do here, parents, please be attentive and use it as an opportunity to foster conversation with your child. And you're going to understand where we're going with this. Okay, let's go to our second chocolate drop. Our second chocolate drop term is resilience. Resilience is most important for young adult, your 15 through 18-year-old. It is the ability to recover quickly from difficulties, toughness, having the ability to bounce back. Yes, that bounce back personality. A third chocolate drop term is staying focused. We know how important that is, parents. But to your young adult, and with their growing and with all those little issues that they are faced with every day, they need to be reminded staying focused is a very important life skill. They must pay attention regardless what happened, whether there's an emergency, whatever's going on. Stay focused by paying attention, keeping your mind on what you're doing. Sacrifice. Oh yeah, that's another chocolate drop. Sacrifice. Maybe up to this time, many of them have not had to make many sacrifices. But sacrifices is giving up something you want or need for something better later on. Self-control. Another chocolate drop is the ability to manage one's impulse, emotions, behavior, when faced with anger, disappointment, and patience to achieve a long-term goal. For our 15 through 18-year-old and early young adults. Consequences. Yes, all these are new terms. Again, the 15 through the 18-year-old, because up to now, we've dealt with, from emphasis all the way up to this age stage. And so right now, up until this point, it might have been all about them. But as parents, I know that you are preparing them for graduation because they're going to be ushered on into the big world and life skills. So understand the consequences right now is very, very important, because that is when you're going to be accepting responsibility for one's actions. And of course, becoming 18 and 21 years old, of course, there's legal accountability. So consequences is a very important chocolate drop Valentine term. And our last term, my friend, is self-motivation. They're going to be away from you, and life happens. You have no idea what the family structure is going to be like in years to come. But self-motivation is very, very important. And it is a personal, intentional drive to achieve, produce, develop, and keep moving forward when no one else is encouraging you. The most wonderful fact about these chocolate drops, my friends, is that they do not expire. We are going to, as adult as well as your teen, we're going to need them for a lifetime. Now is the time to accept the responsibility of encouraging yourself. According to verywellfamily.com website, I want to share that with you because you can go to that website and you can read all the additional topics for parenting and older teens. But for today's show, I want to highlight 10 of the top social issues that teens struggles from in today's society. Again, the top 10 social issues that teens struggles with today. They are struggle number 1, depression, feelings of sadness, loss of interest, no get up and go, don't want to do anything. These are social issues. These are things that happen in their everyday life that cause them to act differently. And parents, again, depression is number 1 amongst teens. Number 2, bullying, verbal harassment or threats from their peers. Number 3, sexual activity. Parents are encouraged to initiate conversation with your teens, even if you do not suspect that they are sexually active. Share your pros and cons for your real life household sacrifices in the event that, pregnancy should occur. Let them know, discuss now what your expectations for their accountability and responsibilities. Drug use, that's another top social issue for teens. Let them know. Please, parents, I am an educator. I've taught for many years in high school. I hear the conversations and I see the actions. But let the teens know, as well as a youth or director in youth or leader for many, many years in several states. But let your teen know that nothing is free. You know this already. We cannot assume it. The more they hear from your mouth, the more it's going to register. Nothing is free. They have friends, their peers want to share or different items with them. But nothing is free. It's only a bait for addiction. Brain cells do not repair themselves. Everyone who smiles with you is not excited about your success. What about alcohol? Yes, alcohol, like drugs. Emphasize to your team to be extremely careful of what they may eat and drink. Never to leave anything unattended. Never to leave any food or drink unattended. Many straight A students' careers have been destroyed. Seek a trusted adult to talk to when they are facing problems. And I can guarantee you that their high school counselor is a top line advocate. Their high school counselor. They would guard their confidentiality and they would make whatever necessary steps that is legally required of them to make sure that they are protected. Obesity is another social issue of teens, and you know this already, for the males and the female. And all of these are issues are in reference to the male and the female. But obesity, hey, encourage them to just be your best. Be their best. Best to dress appropriately and to connect with their gifts and talents as you modify some healthy habits. Never lose weight just to attract someone to love you. Do it for yourself. Well, and academic problems. Well, you know, they want to graduate, they want to be successful, they want to move on in their life. So academic is going to be very, very important. And we do know that academic or success is a day-by-day or process. So that they have to be diligent daily with their responsibilities toward their academics. But whether it be grades, personality, conflicts, and learning environment, they will need to commit to doing your very best, and most of all, hang with friends who share their goals. Oh yes, 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 yes. Birds of feather flocks together. And if you are hanging with someone who is concerned about their academic success, I'm sure then they will have that in common. And as they put forth their unified effort to assist each other where needed. Well, peer pressure. Peer pressure is one of the top 10 social issues of teens today. And that is being pressured by others to fit in. This is a lifelong task. Because we talk about teens having peer pressure, but I'm here to tell you, adults have peer pressure from their friends. And they must learn to make good decisions for themselves now. There's always going to be somebody else who is doing something, or your child and their child, and what is going to pressure you as a parent, as an adult, to make the best decision for you and your family. So peer pressure is real. Well, social media. Yes, that is one of the top social issues of teens. Social media involving cyberbullying, which is certainly a top social issue for teens. And it causes emotional pain, humiliation, gossip, lies, and threats. Yes, your teen is very, very concerned about this. And our last, one of the top 10 social issue for teens is on-screen violence. Yes, on-screen violence. And by that I mean studies have linked violence to a lack of empathy and aggressive behavior. The more violence that parents watch and play violent video games, yes, parents, yes, the more likely children and older children are going to think it's okay. Talk to your teen about the dangers of violent images, sexual situations, and racial stereotypes. Now that we have identified the top 10 social issues teens struggle with today and the 7 chocolate drops for me Valentine, parents, let's address the 7 signs, yes, parents, the 7 signs that your teens could be in an unhealthy relationship. Do parents really think about stuff like that? You know, if you are not living in the household with your child, have you ever considered that your child may be in an unhealthy relationships? Let me just share this with you right quickly. Now I'll get back on task here. Fathers, many years ago, and this is true, a senior relative of mine, way long time ago, her father had passed, and she was in a situation one day, and she was being harassed by a young man. And this is true. And then as that young man began to harass her, she looked at that young man and she said to him, I'm going to tell my daddy on you. That young man did not know that this young lady, father, had been deceased for many years. But just the fact that she said, I'm going to tell my daddy, his countenance immediately changed. His actions immediately changed, and he went on his way. I said that to my parents, especially fathers, stepfathers, brothers, uncles, whatever the case may be. Males get it when they hear a female tell them that they have a male support in their corner for issues. So make certain that you do not assume that everything is well. That little nice guy who's smiling in your face, you know this already. But we want to go back and zero in on our children, especially in this day and time. Because as teachers and educators and youth leaders, it is all around. It is all around. And let me just go on and move forward. We're going to ad-lib additional information as we move forward. Okay, because I don't want to run out of time. But the 7 signs that your teens could be in an unhealthy relationship for what they may be calling love and inclusion. Yeah, they said it back a long time ago. If a guy hit you, that means he loves you. And I don't know what well, yes, I do too. The young guys, when or the female is beating or hitting them in an aggressive way, they just try to just shun it off a little bit. Just go, well, and she go back and apologize, but it is an unhealthy behavior for both the male and the female. So you want to have the discussion to make sure that you're giving them an opportunity to vocalize what their reality is, and that to offer your support. Well, this is a necessary discussion for lifelong health. Parents should model and teach your teens the importance of self-worth, and to have clear understanding of what is not love. That's not love. Someone or is causing you pain, abuse. That is not love. But if they view that, if they see that in their environment, then they're going to imitate or feel like they're going to imitate what they see. So parents, please model and teach them the importance of self-worth. And to have a clear understanding, again, what is not love. Remind them everyone is not excited about their desire to move forward and to be successful. Again, the old saying, birds of feather flock together. So the 7 warning signs that your teen is in an unhealthy relationship. Know that young adults who experience violence in a relationship are more likely to drink heavily, smoke marijuana, develop depression or suicidal tendency. No matter of your child's gender identity, it's important to monitor your teen's relationships. Yes, if you're going to monitor that relationship, that means you are going to know, you're going to see who they're having a relationship with. Because if it's just a call and they're meeting someplace, or if it's just a drive up and the honking the horn and they're walking out, you don't have an opportunity to observe behaviors. Violence is just one way that abuse is manifested. Your teen could also experience emotional and sexual abuse. You must intervene right away. What they accept now could be a sure indication of what they will embrace to be common as adult and future parents. Again, for both the male and your female teens. Let's look at the warning signs. Warning sign number 1. Your teen's partner, the little boyfriend or girlfriend, your teen's partner is possessive and overly jealous. They're overly jealous about their time, their studies, extracurricular activities, social media, or the type of clothing. In other words, they want to be boss man or boss lady. They want to consume all of their times. Is it time for you to study now? Didn't you study last week? I thought you already knew the information for that test. Or you got basketball rehearsal again, or piano lesson again. Are you wearing that again? Timing. Just like I said, boss lady or boss man. Okay, warning sign number 2. Your teen changes their habits. Yes? You understand what their normal routine was, but now they're changing their personality. They're even changing their hobbies, things they like to do. But now they're changing their hobbies. They're changing their dress. Now I understand. Everyone have their own preference for dress or for their hobbies. I understand that. But it's important that the teen understand that a healthy relationship is one who respects their choices and who enjoy their choices. And if they're having to change that much about them, then that may not be a good fit. And in the long run, that may not bring them happiness, joy, and safety. Okay, number 3. Another warning sign is your teen has unexplained injuries. Parents, you know this already. You know how the grown folks do it, right? Yeah, you know. The daughter talking to her mom, these are married folks. You understand how they do it? Hey, they're the teens. And a lot of them, you know, or mom and dad may be very, very supportive, but you know, between the girlfriend talking at school or the guys talking, everybody want to say, well, hey, you know, you go with so and so, and you know, and who's your boyfriend or who's your girlfriend? And so a lot of the teens, they will compromise whatever the situation to just say, well, I've got a boyfriend, girlfriend too. They want to be walking with somebody too. They want to be holding hands too. They want to be able to be referred to as a couple. And as an adult, you know that. Hey, wake up and smell the coffee, because in adult land, that's the norm, you know. There's no shame in that. But these unexplained injuries, pay attention to the bruises, the black eyes, the scratches, the red marks. And they call it love. And when caught by an administrator, a friend, or a youth leader, or an adult neighbor, or they quickly say, oh, we were just playing. We were just playing. Parent, you need to pay attention to that. There's so much I can add to that. Your teen significant other doesn't respect their goals. That's another warning sign. Your teen goal may be to be a physician, to go to the military. And it's good to have this type of conversation so you know what their goals are. Oh, I want to be this, and oh, I want to be that. I want to be an engineer. I want to be whatever. And then all of a sudden now, they're not talking about that anymore. They're not as excited about it anymore. Your goals to play on a sports team or to attend an out-of-state college. All this time, they've been making plans to go to this college that may be, you know, a distance away. But all of a sudden now, they are changing their mind. Be there to encourage them to stay true to their goals and to observe the behavior of the partner for abuse and danger. Because just like I said, you know, it happens all the time. We see it. Or everybody's not excited about you moving up in your career. Well, another warning sign, and this sounds very adultish, if you let me use that word. But hey, I'm talking about teens. Teens, your teen, your sweet teen could be undergoing these kind of conditions. Warning number 5. Your teen constantly check in. Check in? Yes, check in. With today's technology, technology has made it this one very easy. Checking in. Texting. Where are you? You're late. Or consistently calling. The innocent teen may view this as being, oh, love, you know. We spend all our time together. Where are you? Where's the trust? Where is the trust level? And this is all important because, or if your child of course, is single. They don't have children together. If they did have children together, they're not married. That's still individual respect and protection. But your team may feel like that just means that they love me. We just want to be together, spend time together. In the end, as they mature, this is not going to be cool at all, and you know that. Work time on the clock, you 10 minutes late, you 5 seconds late. What is the personality of your child's partner? Warning sign number 6. Your teen apologizes frequently. They, at one point, were just carefree and, happy. And all of a sudden now, even in the conversations or whenever you see them out, your teen has become very, very apologetic. Toxic partners tends to have bad tempers. Let me say that again. Toxic partners tends to have bad tempers. And again, today's focus, the older teens, 15 to 18-year-olds. Think for a minute, parents. If these characteristics that I'm sharing with you now are prevalent at 15 and 18 years old, what can you imagine is going to happen as they enter into full adulthood? Some of the behaviors that we observe and experience did not begin at 25 years old. These are behavior that has been modified or enriched, not treated throughout, especially the teen years, regardless of the type of situation they have endured. And yes, someone should have helped or to give an assistance. But this is not something that's just going to go away. Or our topic today again, you can understand by now, is me Valentine. Me Valentine. If nobody else loves you, you are your Valentine. You could be far away. Treat yourself. Whether that be a dinner or friends or hey, it could be just being with Coach, being like it is right now. Your special treat. But me Valentine. Oh, yes. So, toxic partners tend to have bad tempers. And make the other partner feel like they have to walk on eggshells to avoid making the other person mad. And in the same conversation, or whatever partner, it's good for you to understand and know, talking with your team, the partner, do you all go to school together? Do you have classes together? Do you have lunch together? Do you ride the same bus? Those are questions that you want to ask. You want to know. Okay? So they find themselves apologizing for everything to smooth things over. Teenagers, they like to be referred to as, oh, you're so nice. Oh, you're nice. Yeah, I like you. You're nice. Nice. Nice is not always good when you're a teen. That means you could be a mop in the bucket or a rug on the floor. And because you are a teen, you have an opportunity to correct this if you know your self-worth. Not calling too late, You have to apologize for not calling. You didn't call me. Oh, I'm sorry. Or are you calling too late? You called me too late. Or for spending too much time with friends. Have to apologize for everything. Some apologies are healthy, but not all the time. Well, and the last warning sign is the relationship becomes serious too fast. Parents, you got to be paying attention to this. Some parents' work schedule, some parents may have multiple jobs. You may be a single parent. Mom and dad has got to connect on this. They've got to connect. But the relationship becomes serious too fast. Getting too serious too fast could be a sign of trouble. They want to say, even adults, adults too. We fell in love on first sight. Ooh, we fell in love on first sight. Keep in mind, parents, they're a teen. So if you're taking this opportunity to communicate with them and to guide them while they're a teen, you are going to be answering lots of questions and giving them the support. Because again, if this is not addressed, the same thing rolls over into adulthood. And the most fearful thing about that is that usually children are involved. So if they are a teen now with no children, this is the perfect time to understand self-worth. Well, again, getting too serious too fast could be a sign of trouble. Being in love after the first date. I need to wipe the adults do that too. Getting married after being together a few weeks. The relationship is moving too fast. The danger of online dating. Unrealistic fantasy. It gives unrealistic fantasy and false, dangerous information. And above all, you haven't seen them. They haven't seen them. They may be projecting to be their age. It could be very mature, older adult. And because teens, if not nurtured, and we're talking about, the importance of parent, establishing a positive relationship with their teens and even their middle school children, because there will be days like this. And they will have to trust you. The primary reason for you building a positive relationship with your child from birth to preschool to early elementary school. We talked about the importance of that 6 through 11-year-old. And I did, and then the early teens, 11 through 14-year-old. I warn you, because there are going to be days where your relationship, the fact that they know you care and you love them and they love you, you're not just trying to give them the hammer and the nail approach. then they are going to care about your feelings, and they're going to respect it enough to consider, Mom and Dad, I know they love me. You know, they are infatuated by their new partner, but they won't do anything devastating because of your relationship. And during this time, you're not just going to tell them, you're going to be reinforcing your engagement to help guide them and to recognize whatever they are feeling, it's real in their own eyes. And the pressure they're getting, you have no idea. Well, some teens are so devastated about this new love and this infatuating, they actually do run away. As a parent, it's tempting to issue them an ultimatum and not allow them to date anymore. You threaten to ground them if they don't break up. This may backfire and cause your teen to sneak around. We know what happens then. When they start sneaking around, when they start planning these events where they're going to meet, oh, you know what's going to happen then. But they can't see it. Talk to them and focus on the action of their partner and your worry for their safety and consequences. Your seeking to embrace a positive relationship will demonstrate your empathetic concern for them as you guide and support alternative choices. Well, if you had a relationship with them during those primary stages, you know what they like. You know what their goals are. You know who their favorite or musical entertainment person is. You know what they like. You got to roll your sleeve up and pull up those bootstraps, and hey, you're going to have to combat whatever it is that's missing to get them in a safe position where they can no longer be bound by those negative behaviors. Parents can also be very instrumental in establishing an offset. Listen well, parent. Parents can also be very instrumental in establishing an offset, like from the start, from the beginning. Secure partner relationship environment with the family. We talked about the partners now. Discuss some general fellowship boundaries that could cushion the emotions of your teens in the event of a breakup. And by that I mean, sometimes parents embrace the new partner. They're so eager to embrace their child's either boyfriend or girlfriend or new friend. You're excited about them, and you don't know them. Their families, their habits, their school behavior, their academics, whatever the case may be, or it has to be a process, because if you embrace them as though they are one of your biological children, and if it should occur where a breakup does happen, your child won't be, that they may not be able to take it. They may not be emotionally stable. And if you treat them as family, that was a situation where or I showed a movie to one of my classes, and that was this mom and dad. They were so excited about this young lady or boyfriend, where um, uh, and she demonstrated everything we've just talked about. Her sketch, she was a cheerleader. She began to drop the clubs, all those affiliations she was involved with. But he came every morning to pick her up to and they rode to school together. He drove her to school, and he was in school too. He was in school, but he was not dedicated or excited about it. But he talked with her, and she got off the cheerleading team. But every morning, her mother prepared breakfast for them. And even afternoon, while he was on the time, he was gradually, he began to put her on a schedule. But the thing is, her mom had embraced him so as family. This young lady was terrified. She was terrified, or she thought that, or if she disagreed with him at any point, that she would have been disagreeing with her parents. So parents, from the offset, it's important to establish a relationship of structure that is going to reinforce the fact that if your young teen should have any discrepancies, any problems at all, they will be in a safe place to have the discussion with parents and make whatever healthy decision that is recommended without losing it. Well, parents, remember our chocolate drop scripture, Luke 10:27. Let's pull it together now, because thou, especially for our parents who has faith, a good faith foundation, and hopefully you've already got it and talk with your had these discussions with your child. But Luke 10:27 says, "Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all your heart." You loving God now. You're giving God all your heart. You may not want to give your boyfriend and girlfriend all your heart, because when breakup day comes, you may not be able to take it. That's a good hallelujah moment. Love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy strength, and with all thy mind, and thy neighbor as thyself. When you love yourself, you have the tools to make healthy decisions about others. And 1 Peter 5:7 says, "Cast all your cares and anxiety on him." Of course, we have moms and dad, and some moms and dad are just that close, where the child have the confidence in the parents. But no one else is going to come close to the Lord. Cast, whether or not they are a teen, whether or not they are an adult, whether mom and dad are with them, or whether mom and dad are deceased, or even if they are an adult and they become a widow. What you want to drive home to them is the Lord. Cast all your cares and your anxieties on him. He cares for you. Now, say it with me. Can you say, yes, me Valentine? Me Valentine. Yes. I love being with friends. I love even a partner. But hey, I'm going to take care of this Valentine. Yes, yes. I will always celebrate the love, and you should always teach them to celebrate the love they have for themselves. Well, sorry, folks. That's all the time we have for today. You have been listening to our final Valentine series. Topic today, Me Valentine, Why Self-Love. Please know that resolve, unresolved, here you go, yes, unresolved, the blessings of a resolved lifestyle is an awesome book for a fresh start relationship. A fresh start relationship. You heard it right. That begins with self-love and forgiveness. And the teens may read it. It's wonderful. And it's awesome for adults. That begins with love and forgiveness. 2021 is already the year for new beginnings. Purchase your copy today, anywhere books are sold, or directly from my website at www.resolved-2010.com. It has been my pleasure, and I thank you so much for tuning in. I am Wanda J. Prowell, your author, educator, and speaker. See you the same time, not next week. I'm going to have my Valentine. But I'll see you the same time on February the 19th. Same time right here, Facebook Live on the Ever Better Talk Show. Well, look here. Happy Valentine. I love you. Stay blessed and stay safe. Bye-bye.